Hi, welcome for our online training sessions. Now, in this session, we are going to talk about what is materialized views and why we required materialized views. What is the major difference between the view and materialized views? Which scenario we will be using the materialized views? How to create that practically and how it can be updated. We are going to talk about this. A materialized view is a database object that contains the result of a query. So it means the materialized view also select the data from other tables or views, but it stores the data. Whatever the data you have selected means you have written some query and query has given some result. In views, that result will not be stored. The moment when you retrieve the data through view, internally it will be executing at that time. The moment when you execute that time itself, it fetch the data from the database table. Internally SQL query will be executed. But now materialized view, what happened? It stores the data. Whatever the result you got based on your query, the data will be stored in this table, materialized view. It stores the data. So a materialized view is a database object like a table and views. It is also one of the database object. It contains the result of a query. It contains the result of a query. So this materialized view uses a query to pull data from the underlying tables. From the tables only we are going to pull the data. A materialized view is a table on disk that contains the result set of query. Generally, when we are working with the data warehouse projects, if the tables are having some millions of records, every time instead of going to the table and try to apply some expressions or computations or aggregate functions, instead of that, you can apply that one time and that result you can store it in your materialized view. Next time when you select the data from materialized view, system no need to execute this query again because that query result you got already directly will get the result. Okay. For simple queries, materialized view, I don't think so it will put more impact on that. But when we talk about the data warehousing projects, or when we have some millions of rows, a reporting point of view, dashboards preparation, materialized view is always helpful. In fact, it's required also. Okay. When we talk about this advantages of materialized views, fewer updates will be there. A standard view is not physically materialized, right? And a standard view does not contains any data, which means that the query that defines standard view runs every time the view is referenced in the query. Inside of your query, whenever you refer that view, every time view means internally it's a select statement that will be executed. In contrast, a materialized view is pre-computed and stored on your disk. Your query, whatever the result you got, that's already stored in the disk, directly it will pick. So it will improve the performance. Materialized views are not updated each time they are used. You are supposed to refresh this materialized views. We'll talk about that later. Faster response times. A materialized view responds faster in comparison to view. Compared to the view, materialized view is faster because you got result already. If it is a simple, okay, we don't find much difference, but the query is complex. You are calling the view means indirectly you are executing the query. But you are calling materialized view means just you are getting the data. Already query is executed, the data also is stored here. This is because the materialized view is pre-computed and therefore does not waste the time resolving the query or joins in the query that create the materialized view. So it will not execute again because it's already executed. You got result that's stored here. Directly it pull the data. Stored SQL statement. You can use roll-up and aggregations table instead of materialized views. And roll-up tables are pre-computed and stored on the disk. Similar, like there is separate concept roll-up tables. That also we can go for use. We'll take up that once in another session. And easy to refresh. What is the meaning of refresh for the materialized views? For example, yesterday we have written one query and you got some result and we made it as a materialized view. That is the sales of the customer sales up to yesterday. But today again, we got some more sales, right? So whatever the sales data you entered, it's there in the table, but that is not updated in your materialized. If you write a select statement today on the materialized view, it pick the data, whatever you done yesterday. But I need up to date. But up to date data is there in the table. So how you can do? You are supposed to refresh your materialized view. Then what happened again? This query will be executed and you will get a data. You can also set the intervals for this materialized view refresh, saying that every 24 hours and a particular break, then it's going to be executed. We'll see that. Automatic query rewriting. The query optimizer can rewrite your select statement to fetch the data from your materialized view existing. If the materialized view is having some data, when you write a select statement internally, it's going to have a good performance. When you see the optimizer point of view also, internally it's going to fetch the data. Okay, let's see how we can go for create one materialized view here. So let's say we have a group function here. Let's say this is our department number 30, maximum salary is this, minimum salary is this. Let's say I just wanted to know count of employees in every department. So now we got total employees 10, 20, 30, 30 at the department. This is the maximum salary and this is the minimum salary in total employees, right? Yes. Now I would like to go for create a materialized view for this select statement so that what will happen, whatever the result you got, that will be stored in your materialized view. So we are going to create materialized view here. Create materialized view, materialized view one as write your query. Whatever the query you would like to apply, that you can go. Internally, select query will be executed. First select query will be executed. Whatever the result you got, that will be inserted into this particular view, materialized view. Now let's execute this. Now materialized view is created successfully. Now I can select the data from directly materialized view. So you got a result. So if you required this calculation data, calculation result, you don't need to go for again execute select statement. Simply because already result is there. That result we have already stored in materialized view. For the same thing, we can create a view also. We can also create a simple view, or sorry, complex view for this. We can also create a view. But whenever you refer the view, every time this query will be executed. It means it takes time. It takes time. Performance is not that much. Whatever the way you created the query, that result, whatever is there, performance it will be there. But here, first time only it is going to take time. And once you get a result, it's stored here. It's a simple select statement. Select star from your materialized view table, and you got this result here. Right. Okay. So this is how we can go for create a materialized. So there are two major differences or advantages with our materialized view and view. So view does not contains the data. Materialized view contains the data. Second one, materialized views are faster compared to the views because view means again query should be executed. So your query might have 30, 40 lines with multiple tables having some aggregate functions, some expressions, and join conditions and filtering conditions and group by clauses, having clauses. Maybe it takes some time. So every time it has to execute. But that query, once you get a result that is stored in materialized view, simple select statement like this. That's why it is faster. But view always fetch the latest data. Always it retrieves the data directly from the table. So whatever the data you have on the table up to date, that you are going to get through the views. But in materialized views, we are supposed to refresh that. We are supposed to refresh that. Let's see the how it can be refreshed, how we will find the difference. Okay. So with this, I'm going to create one view also. Create or replace view, normal view as multiple times we have used this word. Now view is created. So if I write select statement and the normal view also will get same result. This is MV1 normal view. Now here also we got same result. 6, 5, 3. Total 6 employees, 5 employees, 3. Here also we will find same result. Here also same result. Now what we'll do is we'll write some update statement here. Let me go for another window here. I'm writing update statement. Update or let's say I'm inserting new record. Insert into table, employee table, department number, employee name, salary, values, 10, employee number, employee name, and employee number, employee name, and salary. One row is inserted. Let me th department, employee number, commit is not required because we are not going for another session, but anyway, it's okay. Now committed. Fine. Now, if I go for materialized view here, it is showing still same result, 6, 5, 3. But if I query the data from normal view, because materialized view is created based on the same query, and normal view also is created based on the same query. But when you refer normal view, when you refer the normal view, internally it will get the data from the table. Means latest data you are going to get. What is the latest data? 30th department, there are 6 employees. 20th department, there are 6 employees. Earlier it was 5. And 10th department, earlier it was 3. Now it is 4. But in material view is not updated. Still it is old records, 5 and 3 only. Okay. So as I said, if I required the latest value from the materialized view, means we have to go for refresh. Execute dbms underscore mview dot refresh, and we have to specify the name of the materialized view. DBMS, Database Management System, underscore mview stands for materialized view. This is one of the PLSQL package. What is meant by package? Package is nothing but a built-in program. Built-in program. We can also create a packages. We call it as a custom packages. Means whatever we have created. Generally for the client's logic, we'll create packages in PLSQL. Okay. These are built-in, standard one, provided by Oracle, provided by Oracle. So Oracle has got some built-in packages, procedures, and functions. We have already used functions, right? NVL, NVL2 like that. Here, this is a package named dot refresh is the procedure name, and you are passing this name of the materialized view as argument, as input parameter. So internally, it will go for refresh. Now execute this. Now we can see materialized view also has been updated, and it is equal to normal view. Normal view, whatever result you are going to get, same thing you are getting from here. This is how we can go for refresh the materialized. It's one of the important question in the interviews. How to refresh the materialized view by using this package called dbms underscore mview dot refresh. dbms underscore mview is the package name, dot refresh is the procedure. For that, we are passing our materialized view name. This one we have to execute. For that, I am using the execute command. So this execute command is going to execute the uh, command, whatever we are passing, like package name dot procedure name. We can also have the package name dot procedure and functions we will be having. Generally, it comes in our PLSQL environment. Right now, whatever we are doing, that here it is procedure name. Okay, and then another important question here. I don't want to explicitly refresh this, like every time execute dbms underscore. It should automatically refresh. It should automatically refresh. It should automatically refresh. Then while creating this materialized view, that time itself, we can go for specify that the materialized view should automatically refresh based on that particular command. So what we can do is refresh types are available here. There is a fast, while creating the materialized view, we'll write like this syntax. Create materialized view, and then you can go for write your query, whatever select statement we have. Then we have a command, refresh. In this refresh, we have three options. We can go for fast, or we can go for complete, and go for force. Yes. These are the three commands we have. So a fast refresh is attempted. In case if you are using the fast, a fast refresh will be attempted if materialized view logs are not present against the source table in advance whenever the creation is failed. So the system will automatically go for create that. Okay. So depends on the requirement, we can choose this fast or whatever the way here. Force also we can go for use this command, or we can use complete or fast. It depends on the requirement. So at the time of creating the materialized view itself, by using the refresh command, we can specify that it has to be refreshed automatically. It has to be refreshed automatically. That's how it should work. Okay, fine. So this is about materialized views. As I said, it's used only when we have some millions of rows in your table to improve the performance for reporting point of view, for generating the analysis or any dashboards in the transaction point of view, it will be referred. Otherwise, general views we will be going. Okay. Thank you.